be the greatest country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
Chad?
Hey, everybody. It is Tuesday. Welcome to the Dear America program. Hope you guys... Royce is laughing, and everybody can hear him. We don't know what he's laughing about, though.
Because you were held there for like a solid 10 seconds, just not talking. I don't think you realized you were on.
No, I'm just watching the countdown. So maybe there's a delay. Who knows?
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start over again. Hi, guys. My name is Chad Prather. Welcome to the Dear America program. It is Tuesday. Hope you guys are doing well. We got a ton of stuff to get into today. I don't know if you guys know your neighbors. Like, I don't know if you guys, I mean, maybe you guys are neighborly, but these days, most people just they drive home and their garage door goes up, they pull in, and it comes down. You go in and you relate to the world on the internet. So it's amazing to me how these celebrities that live in these mega $1 million homes in Hollywood are suddenly so concerned with people that came here from another country. We're going to talk about these people that are so sincere and so compelling with their tears and all of the meltdowns that we're seeing across the board with people that are just losing their minds over people that are criminally, illegally in our country. And then we're going to get to some good news as well. Before we get into all of it, because we got a lot to cover today, let me tell you about my friends over at Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless company out there. They, if you're worried about coverage, you don't have to worry about that. They use the same cell towers as the big three, and you're not going to have to worry about anything. No drop calls, nothing like that. Listen, Patriot Mobile has got you covered, and they support the same things that you support, your First Amendment, Second Amendment values, your right to life values, all of those things. And the big three, they spend a portion of your hard-earned money when they pay the bill. When you pay your bill, it goes to some of those leftist, crazy, progressive causes. So you guys need to switch over to Patriot Mobile. Go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. If you call them on the phone at 972-PATRIOT and tell them Graham sent you, they'll give you some free activation as well as a free month. And they're going to take care of our first responder heroes as well as our active duty military and our veterans. So listen, we love you guys so much. We would not direct you in the wrong way. So we want you to visit our friends over at patriotmobile.com/Graham. All right, let's get into this thing. I want you to hit like. I want you to hit share. I want you to get in the chat. I want you to talk to us a little bit today, because this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun one. We got a full house. First of all, I want you guys to put your hands together. Let me see those clapping hands in the chat. And welcome to the show, America's favorite producer. Have no fear, producer Royce is here. There he is. Come on. What's up? Royce,
I'm sorry, Tony. I am stealing your catchphrase.
You should sit there for like 10 seconds, not moving or anything like that. It's just like that. I was sitting there. I saw the countdown, Royce.
What's
up? There it is. I saw the countdown. I was like waiting on it. So there we are. Oh, goodness. I don't get embarrassed. I got thick skin. And then, of course, you mentioned him by name. We might as well bring him on by face. Mexican Tony. He's here legally.
Royce, it's what's up? Yeah, I'm going to have to give you some lessons because you're not doing it right. But
oh, my bad.
That's
okay.
all right. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Moving on.
You guys can both
Good morning,
use
everybody.
It. You can share it.
Whatever.
You can share the phrase. And then, of course, everybody's favorite redneck, Hot Seat Todd in the house. There you go.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you've had a good week so far. I've had a good week. Chad, Royce, Tony, I hope y'all are having a good morning.
It's an amazing morning. I mean,
it is. God woke us up this morning, so another day. Another day.
People, look at all those clapping hands going on for Royce and Todd and Tony. You know what I want to see? I want to show some love. I want everybody to put a little GA, a little Graham Allen in the chat, a little GA. Let's blow it up. I tell you what, you know what they say? If you say the name 3 times, somebody will show up. So blow it up. GA, 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 GA. Let me see it. I saw people saying, where's Graham Crackers? Where's the Patriot Hammer? Oh, we found him. He's in a trap house somewhere out there in a hotel. Didn't hang a drape or nothing. Bring him on.
Wait. He actually just dropped out. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. The worst possible timing. The worst possible timing. He
was
dropped
supposed to be over there.
We
What
were
happened?
supposed to be over
he
there,
was never
but-
here. He was never here. We fooled you guys. We got everybody so excited.
Yep. DC was like, nope.
Yeah, we literally were trying to get Graham on the show, and it fell off. So
Sad
what a
face.
letdown.
oh boy, you talk about a letdown.
I'm sure he'll be
Man.
back. I'm sure he'll be back.
We might have something.
Chad,
Do
do
we
the
have-
intro.
Do it again. Do it again.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dear America program. If you guys will blow up GA Graham Allen in the chat, you got to say it over and over. GA.
It's like Beetlejuice.
Yes, he will show up, Graham Allen, baby. Oh my gosh, did we get him back? He's in there. Put him out there. There he is.
Yeah, I'm on here. What's up, everybody?
Boom.
Good Lord.
What's going on, everybody?
Fill us in, baby. Tell us what's going on, man. Everybody's praying for you, loving on you. What's going on, Graham?
Well, one, the internet in Washington, D.C. sucks, apparently, is what's going on there. I don't know how long I've got before I break, so I just want to say hi to everyone. Thank you for everybody for the prayers over the past 48 hours. It's been a weird little bit. What am I doing? Why am I in a hotel room? I am here in D.C. Currently, we're just here trying to help out with the administration. They're trying to move a lot of people in. We're trying to make sure that President Trump's agenda is being pushed forward, the America First agenda. We're trying to make sure that the Pentagon is becoming lethal again and becoming just the dominant force that it's supposed to be. We've got some major confirmation hearings this week. It's just a lot of work, man. And so, I'm up here killing myself, trying to do the best that I can. And so I appreciate everybody. One thing I love about this show is this. It is bigger than just me. And you guys prove that every single week. You guys prove that every single day because you keep showing up. And I kind of look at it like the best preachers are the ones that say, if you're showing up at church to hear me talk, you're here for the wrong reasons. I feel the same way about Dear America. If you're showing up to hear Graham Allen talk, I think we're past that now. It's been a decade where the talking mouths are like these people that people look to all the time, and it shouldn't be that way. And that's what I love about this show. It's a group of people that have all kinds of different ideas, especially Todd, and and we accept him for that, and we have dialogue and discussion. That's
God
what I
bless
love
you.
about this.
God
That's what I
bless you.
love about this show, man. And so
We
thank
do
you
have
guys.
a Todd disclaimer, but that's a different story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's wait till
yeah.
he starts talking.
Exactly.
Graham, I want to ask you a question. So I noticed that we're coming up on the confirmation hearings of Cash Patel to lead the FBI. After we've gotten through the speed bump, if you will, which I thought was the big one of Pete Hegseth getting confirmed, and then of course Kristi Noem was another one who really didn't have any problems. How
Yeah.
hard do you think it's going to be for Cash Patel to get a confirmation on this? Are they
Actually,
going to make this really hard?
Actually, it seems like they're trying to go after Tulsi more, is what it's starting to turn into. And so, yes, I do believe that Pete Hegseth was the test trial, if you
Yeah.
will. And because that domino fell, the worst I think that can happen is Lindsey Graham is Lindsey Graham is Lindsey Graham. At the end of the day, he's going to do whatever the public pressure tells him to do. Murkowski, Collins, McConnell, they're going to be no's on Patel,
Everything.
Tulsi Gabbard, and RFK Jr. I would not be shocked if all three of those are the exact same outcome. It's a 50-50 draw. J.D. Vance has got to go in there and break the tie. But this is not a time for kicking our feet up and relaxing in celebration. We need to have just as much of pressure campaigns on the GOP senators to confirm Tulsi, Cash, and RFK because yeah, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be ugly. They're going to draw it out as long as humanly possible. And so, I mean, if you look at it right now, Tulsi's hearing is tomorrow. So that means they probably won't do a subcommittee vote until late next week. which then will give them 30 hours to do a cloture vote, which then will give them another 30 hours before they do a final vote. So you're looking at the end of the first week of February, possibly the second week of February before they confirm Tulsi. And then they're going to do the same things for Cash. They're going to do the same thing for RFK. And so, they're going to try to hold it off as long as they can.
So my question on all of that is there's no, you can't put pressure on McConnell or Collins or Murkowski. I mean, calling their office is going to do no good. Their constituents who are calling saying put them through, their mind is made up.
They're done. They're done. They're complete and total rhinos. Actually, they're worse than rhinos. They're little d Democrats, as I like to call them. And I'm not talking about their genitals. I'm talking about they are closeted. They are closeted. Or Democrats. They're closeted Democrats, and so they're little d Democrats hiding in the wings, and so they're done. Like they're no's. They're no's on just go ahead and accept it. They are no's. Yeah. You can call and threaten them all you want. You're not going to change their mind. The pressure campaign right now needs to be on Tom Tillis, on Lindsey Graham, and I think everybody else. The other 48 are good. I think Lindsey Graham needs a reminder for Cash, Tulsi, and RFK, and I think Tom Tillis is going to need a little bit of massaging to get him over the line, just like he did for Pete. In the last minutes, he came out going, well, and then we filled the mailbox of Tom Tillis at every single office he has in the entire state of North Carolina and in D.C. within a 6-hour period. And then miraculously, he's like, all right, I'll vote for Pete Hegseth. You know what I mean? And so that's what it's going to take. People have the power.
So besides Lindsey Graham, who did you say that needs to be called? Who else needs to be called?
Tom Tillis, because he was flaky with Pete Hegseth. And
Susan Collins.
Susie Collins is a no. She's a no. She's a no. She's out. Don't waste your phone calls. Murkowski, Collins, and McConnell. Don't waste your time. Tom Tillis and Lindsey Graham, I would say. All the other 48, I think, are pretty solid yeses no matter what. I think that, you need to keep your eye on because Lindsey Graham's already come out and said, I don't know how I feel about Tulsi. I don't know how I feel about Cash Patel. And we all know he hates RFK. So I think the people of South Carolina need to make some phone calls all day, every day to Lindsey Graham. And I think that Tom Tillis in North Carolina is those are the two, in my opinion, right now.
Well, on another note, and this is something I've been thinking about since yesterday, we've seen John Fetterman. Okay, John Fetterman has reached across the aisle, voted for him. He's gone on The View. He went on The View yesterday and said that he believes he voted for Pete.
No, he didn't. No, that's a lie. Didn't happen.
Really?
No. He's a no. Look, this is what they do, okay? The Democrats are trying to mess with the American people.
Oh, wow, because they sure came out and said he did.
They're trying to mess with the candidates themselves. There was a point where even Pete's team thought, hey, we might flip Fetterman. They're trying everything they can in the final moments to sabotage it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all about what did the numbers say, what does the count say, and what we don't need is candidates like banking on, is John Fetterman potentially going to help us out here on the really controversial ones. Okay, you see Duffy get through, no problem. You see Kristi Noem get through, no problem. You see, what was his name for the Treasury yesterday? Bennett? Was that his name? Get through with the Treasury yesterday, really no problem. It was like over 68 votes or something in favor. So that means some Democrats voted for him. Pete was the change agent. Tulsi, RFK, and Cash are the change agents. Those are going to go to 50-50 draws. I'm telling you, go ahead and expect it. They're going into overtime, like Pete said. They're going into overtime. J.D. Vance is going to have to go. So McConnell, Murkowski, Collins, I think they're no's no matter what. I mean, Murkowski has already said she's voting no. And so Lindsey Graham, Tom Tillis are the flaky ones. We got to keep the pressure campaign up.
Yeah, and Fetterman, he on Noam, I think his first vote was a yes, and then his second vote, his final vote was a no. on that. So I think that was where the confusion was on that. So I mean,
Yeah,
again,
that sucks.
It's a whole
Yeah.
it's a whole deal.
Well,
Yeah.
well, you have to remember, okay? So sometimes these people, because the only vote that really matters is the last vote, okay? These senators don't want to be there all day. So sometimes a Democrat, even though that report has been refuted, but sometimes a Democrat, McConnell, voted yes for Pete Hegseth in the cloture vote, but a lot of time it's just to go ahead and get the vote to the final stage so they can move on kind of deal. And then they vote different on the actual one. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And so no vote matters but the last vote. That's it.
Scott
No vote
Bessent
matters but
for
the
Treasury, by the way.
I said Bennett, Bessent. Yes, thank you very much. And so, and he was a huge win because his first tweet that he put after getting the confirmation was his goal is to eliminate the federal income tax. Like that's literally the Secretary of the Treasury's first tweet out after being confirmed. So anyway, yes, it's going to be a 50-50 draw for all three of those candidates. I truly believe it, or all three of those nominees. And JD's going to have to break the tie on all three of them, I'm pretty sure.
And we
That's
talked
crazy.
about this yesterday about all those rhinos being just ingrained in their just term limits, man. We got to get rid of those people. And
They
I
got
don't know how to do it.
they got the little D energy, man. They got the little D energy.
Literally. Literally.
Yeah, so the rhinos, RS in the chat. RS rhinos suck. Rhinos.
I'm
suck,
getting
RS
confused
in the
by
chat.
everybody's comments. I keep seeing all these horrible things about Graham,
Yeah.
and I realize they're talking about Lindsey Graham. And
Lindsey Graham.
I'm like, what did I do? I'm just
We
telling you what I know.
we may or may not have done that on purpose yesterday.
Yeah, turn everybody against me while I'm gone.
Yeah, we were yesterday was FMM for forget Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
So and there were forgets flying everywhere. Nobody
they're
gave a
everywhere.
flying forget. Graham, that's good information, dude. And let you know what I tell you what. Let's do, Royce. Let's go ahead and do. Let's talk about Birch Gold for a second, and then because we got a lot to get into.
Then we can get into the show.
Yeah, let's jump into the thing. But that's good. That's great information. That's useful stuff, Graham. We got a dude on the inside here. I like this. I like this. Got the information. Birch Gold, listen, I want you guys to know that we care about you and you care about your money. And we're not going to lead you astray on this deal. This is something that, we partner with our friends at Birch Gold. And I want you to text Graham, Graham, to 989898. Get a no obligation free information kit on what you can do with your hard-earned money that is maybe it's tucked away in an IRA or 401k. It's not doing so well. Or it's something that was from a former employer and it's not adding anything, not accruing anything. Birch Gold can help you solidify that and secure it with precious metals. They'll make sure that your retirement is funded and founded on gold. So they can help you do that. No obligation, free information. When you text Graham to 989898, I want you to do it. I want you to do better than you're doing with the like button today. That's what I want you to do. And I want you to text Graham to 989898. The folks over at Birch Gold will take care of you. They will give you easy information. And follow them over on X, man. They write the best nonpartisan articles, honest articles about what you can look for with this economy. Birch Gold, check them out. Text Graham 989898. All right, let's talk about it.
On top of that, listen, if you are happy and excited that our fearless leader Graham is back, make sure, listen, it don't cost you anything. Slide over to the right of your screen and hit that like button. There's like 6,000 of you in the chat right now. Hit the like button, and to the one Peckerwood that put the thumbs down button, your mother doesn't love you. So let's move on.
Wow.
Probably only your mother loves you. That's it.
So I added something to the top of the show that I didn't tell anybody about. It's
Here
not on
we
the
go.
list.
Oh, we got a surprise.
It's not on the list. It's a surprise. It was sent to me by a fan.
It disappeared.
It did not disappear.
No, the thumbs down disappeared.
Oh, sweet.
It worked. It worked.
That's right, it did.
So I just want you guys to brace yourselves, okay? Just brace yourselves for this. First off, let's read the tweet. We can just read the tweet really quick before we show you anything. TikTokers are losing their mind because you can't get the X marker on your passport anymore because there's only two genders, male and female, per President Trump. Okay, that is what this is about. Now, before we play it, I need a little reaction just to the image here.
Oh my God, that's a she on my ham.
Not shocking that this person is reacting to this news about the two
Yeah,
genders.
yeah. Can we get a CLC in the chat? Can
Oh,
we get a
this is
Cry
totally
Lips Cry
CLC
going
in the
in the chat. I want us to break the chat right now for Cry Lips Cry. Let's do it.
Here we go.
That is.
Hey y'all, it's me again.
Oh.
I can't get a passport right now. And little fun fact for you, in case you didn't know either. For people with gender markers that do not match their appearance, or
Nice
the gender
choking,
marker
bro.
X that are trying to go through United States borders right now, they're being stopped and they're being detained. Hey, can you guys do me a favor and research this funny little thing called V-coding? Y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I gotta go to work like nothing's happening right now.
Dude, that is
Horrifying.
like, that's the Joker trying
Yes.
to figure
Yeah,
out his
dude.
laugh.
Yes,
Is what that is.
that is
What
absolutely.
is that? Biologically, what is that?
That's a
Do we
dude.
have
That's a
votes?
dude.
It's a
That's
dude.
a dude.
Right?
It's a
Yeah,
guy.
that's a
Yeah,
dude.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
a
dude.
guy.
Yeah.
Are we sure this isn't an alien? Because
That's
it
a
might
guy.
Be.
That's a guy with a receding hairline
Yeah,
that's just
that-
growing
Oh,
out his
pulling it
back hair,
forward.
and he's pulling it forward. Like, can you zoom in even more? Like,
yeah.
Good call.
look,
Greg.
There's
look,
nothing under
that's
all
the,
this.
look. The hairline is right. Can you see it, Royce? Like
Right
right there.
there.
Yeah, that's the hairline. He's just growing the back hair and pulling it to the front.
That is Ron Howard after a meth bender right there.
So this person,
I
this
think
person
these people-
Look at
complained.
that. That's
You know-
Gollum with a wig.
Yes, it is.
Is this person complaining that he can't get a passport because they're forcing him to say he is a man and not a woman? Is that what
Correct.
he's
Yeah,
complaining
yeah, yeah. They want X on their passport.
I can't
but
be
you
an
can't do
X
it.
on my passport.
You know, these
what? I
people are
don't even
suffering
have.
from. These people are suffering from just being ugly. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
they just trying to come
I
up
was
with an
just visiting to
excuse.
say he needs dental insurance. That's all I'm saying. Because
think
that
I
son
think it's
going,
great.
look, bro, he
Anyways.
could chew grass through a chicken wire fence.
Dude, I'm
Royce,
just saying.
Royce, can we get rid of the image, please? It's making
Yeah,
No.
This is-
call.
that-
Grant,
that's
good
what-
call. Good call on the Gollum. I can't unsee it now.
Dude, it is. That's what it is. That's Gollum transitioning into
Wow.
a female woman.
Yeah,
is what
Graham
that is.
always says it though. The eyes say everything. Look at those
Yeah,
eyes,
dude.
man.
It's always in the
Glossy
eyes.
and like beady
telling you.
eyes. It's
Oh.
creepy.
Lazy eye.
Only thing
Anyways,
missing
we
is the
can, we
nose
can
ring.
move on to another
Please.
crying, raging
More
liberal.
cry lib cry. More
Oh,
CLC.
speaking
More
of cry,
cry.
lives
Oh, Lord.
cry. The ultimate cry yesterday. Keep the CLCs going in the chat. Selena Gomez broke the internet yesterday with. Well, let's just play it. But I want to see CLC blow up in the chat right now. But let's just play this thing first, and then we'll talk about it. Let's go.
Just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked.
Oh, my people are getting attacked.
I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
You know
Okay.
what? I'll be honest. I would have a whole lot more sympathy if this smelly pirate hooker would have made the same video for Lake and Riley, the kids that have been molested,
No,
all
man.
the kids being trafficked. But no.
But even but beyond that, can we just talk about the amount of mental illness it takes to be so emotional that you're sobbing, crying, set up your camera, record yourself,
Yeah, crying.
edit it, okay, and then upload it with captions to all platforms, okay? The amount of, and then also fake crying on top of that, the amount of mental illness you have to do something like that is biblical. It really is. It is a biblical demonic like oppression among people to do something like that. It's like that chick that was cooking dinner in her kitchen and she recorded herself crying, talking about how hard it was being a single mom, like cooking dinner for your children. and just crying about it the whole time.
And found out that whole thing was a hoax.
And
Yeah, but God forbid your children see that. Like, oh, okay, my mom hates me. You know, it's like
Let's not forget what she's crying about too. She's crying about illegal immigrants being sent back to their home country. She's not crying about the 300,000 missing children or the people who are being murdered and slaughtered because of these illegal criminals that are being sent to our country. No, she's crying because they are being sent away.
But what self-respecting person does this? Now, if she had been on like a live talk show like we're doing here and had gotten emotional and cried and then somebody clipped it, that'd be one thing. No, she's in her home or an apartment or wherever she is, you know, probably filming her next, you know, semi-homosexual murder mystery show. And she's faking this and filming it. And then...
You know what?
That shout out to President Trump. President Trump said something along those lines.
What upsets me over this clip is that she goes on there and she's being emotional, which she has every right to be, but she's saying stuff like, "I wish there was something I can do." There is. You can use the money that you have. You're famous. You have way more money than we do. I mean, than me anyways. And help these people. Help one of those people hire a lawyer and try to get into the country legally. You can do something if you really wanted to. Put out, you know, put your money where your mouth is if you're all emotional, and do something about it if you really want to help.
Yeah,
people.
and or you can just develop some common sense and be like, hey, you're here illegally, you gotta go.
It's illegal.
If this is a good way to get views, me and Tony are going to do a video later of us crying over Dallas's new head football coach.
Please don't. Please don't. Just go ahead and absorb the loss. There's a couple of things. Like I said this at the beginning of the show. Most people don't. She doesn't know her neighbors, much less who's here legally or illegally. She doesn't even know her neighbors. She's doing this from, to Graham's point, in her multi-million-dollar home. I mean, this woman is essentially a billionaire because of America, and she talks about.
She also is an American, by the way.
She comes after, talking about they're coming after my people. Girl, you're from Grand Prairie, Texas. You're from Grand Prairie, Texas. So ease up on the. This is manufactured oppression.
Yeah, we got some Wakanda Forever stuff happening right here.
Yeah. So we all got to say our thoughts. We all got to say our thoughts and our points. But the only person I want to hear their opinion on this is Tom Homan.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is, I purposely withheld watching this because I'm so excited to hear what he has to say about this. He's the boss, man. He's amazing. So shall we?
Yep.
All right, play it.
Don't know if you've had a chance to see a video that has been going viral over the past hour or so. We're still working to clear it and show it. In fact, the Hollywood celebrity who posted it has now deleted it, I think, because probably she faced a lot of backlash for it, noting even the New York Times and Fox News polls show that a majority of American respondents are in favor of deportations of criminals and gang members. She posted a video sobbing. She was crying in it. She said, "All my people are getting attacked," with the picture of a Mexican flag. Again, she has now taken that down. But what do you say to those who are out there saying that these are everyday people, these are families that are being attacked and dragged out of their homes? How do you respond to that?
I don't think we arrested any families. We've arrested public safety threats and national security threats, bottom line. And look, President Trump won the election on this one issue, securing our border and saving lives. What happened on our southern border last 4 years is the biggest national security threat this country's seen, at least in my lifetime, because we got over 2 million known gotaways. We got a 600% increase in sex trafficking. We got a record number of terrorists crossing the border on the terrorist watch list. We have 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl coming across the open border. We're going to do this job, and we're going to enforce the laws of this country. If they don't like it, then go to Congress and change the law. We're going to do this operational apology. We're going to make our community safer. We're going to save. Once we lock that border on continuous operation, you're going to see fentanyl deaths decrease, illegal alien crime decrease, sex trafficking decrease. It's just all for the good of this nation, and we're going to keep going. No apologies. We're moving forward.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's get American flags in the chat for Tom.
I apologize for
American flags in the chat. Tom Homan's a beast. And by the way, I've got the news on another monitor right here. We only had 500 border crossings yesterday. There were 500 yesterday. You understand what a massive decrease that is when you only have 500 encounters at the southern border?
Biden was averaging 10,000 a day.
Yeah,
10,000 a day. And it's the Trump effect. It's the Trump effect, and it's amazing what happens when you get people in. Here's the thing. This is the final four for President Trump, and everyone that he is bringing in on his cabinet level positions, and even the people that are going in to support those cabinet level positions in their offices. No one gives a single crap what liberals have to say, think, feel about anything. People are like, "Oh, Trump's on the warpath." Yes, and so is everybody else. Because listen, on November 5th, we opened the door just a crack. November 20th, that cracked opened up just a little bit more. Pete Hegseth getting confirmed, Kristi Noem, all those people getting confirmed. It opened up just a little more. But that's as far as it's going to go, even with Cash Patel and all them. Now, once that crack is open, we have to bust through that thing. And there's going to be a lot of people upset. There's going to be a lot of shock and awe things that are going to happen. But it's for the good of the longevity of the country and fixing it. And we make no apologies. These people, like Pete Hegseth, okay, Kristi Noem was governor of South Dakota, but Pete Hegseth gave up 7 figures a year to come do this job. Do you think he gives a flying crap what people have to say about him? Like, do you realize how much money I was making at Fox? Like, do you think I care for 1 second? Bassett was a hedge fund manager. Do you think he gives one flying cent what these people have to think about anything? No, these people are here to burn the cancer out of our government and out of our military and out of our Treasury office and out of the FBI and out of the CIA and out of the human service, everything. They are here to burn it out, to fix the country. The end. No apologies. I'm going to try to get a message to the president, be like, you should adopt my quote. It's just like, I meant what I said, or I meant what I did, and I'm not sorry. Like that should be it across the board.
But Graham, I'm seeing all these American flags in the chat, and I love seeing those. I'm just curious when I see that, like, what would Captain America say about these deportations?
That's a good question.
What would Captain America say? Do we have anything on that, Royce? Have we heard from?
I think we actually do. Hold on, let me just. Oh yeah, here it is.
So this isn't the Captain America, which even Chris Evans is a piece of human garbage. This is
Anthony Mack,
the new current Captain America. And Anthony Mack's from like Atlanta, Georgia, right? Like, isn't he from Georgia originally or something?
Yeah. Anyway, I have no idea. And I don't care if you're not Captain America. If you agree with what he's about to say, you're unbelievable. If you're a Captain America or not, this mindset is unbelievable.
I haven't seen this clip, so.
All right, listen, here we go.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those represent. For me,
Now,
some people, I hate you so much right now, Anthony Mackie.
Some people are going to say, well, that's a really short clip. What was the context? And my response will be, what context is needed for the words he actually just said? Yeah. In my opinion, Captain America represents a lot of things, and none of those should be America.
Wow.
What other context should there be?
It's in the name Captain America, dude.
It's
in the name.
Royce is so mad because this is his thing.
Me too. I was so excited to see Harrison Ford play Red Hulk. Now I can't go watch this movie.
Yeah.
Well, what they're going to say is watch. They're going to say, Harrison Ford is bad because red represents Republicans, and of course the Red Hulk and all this other kind of stuff. Look, this is going to be a total flop. This is going to be a total disaster, and I hope the movie tanks. It'll tank because of this comment. I don't care what the context was. He said the words. To me, Captain America represents a lot of things, and the word America shouldn't be one of them. You don't need any other context.
Disney,
you know what I mean?
Disney is just woke, so now so is Marvel, right? And DC hired on James Gunn, so they're going to suck too. We have no hope for any more superhero movies. They're all going to be garbage.
And for the record, Chris Evans is a raging liberal too.
Oh God, he's horrible.
They all are.
But at least he's committed to the character of Captain America. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't go on pressers and be like, well, actually Captain America kind of sucks.
Let me tell you what I thought about after. I think Pete Hegseth would be a great Captain America.
Yes.
Just straight up. Also,
Yes.
because his position, he's got the look. He's always got the American flags on. I'm like, if Donald Trump is Superman, he's Captain America. Pete
There you
Hegseth.
go.
That is
understand
gonna
why
be
they-
Hegseth.
I don't
I was
understand
gonna
why
say-
these people keep dividing the country. Why does he say comments like that? I mean, it reminds me of Obama when he just keeps putting a division between people. Why say a comment like that?
Because they've
Why
already
not
got
say-
paid, Tony. They've
but
already
why
got
not say a
paid, and it
comment?
doesn't matter.
Why not say a comment that actually represents immigrants that came into this country, trying to make a better life? Like, America represents the opportunity to come legally into this country or something like that.
Why say anything at all?
Yeah.
Why
Because
even, why
like-
even
like-
speak on
It's
this?
just
Like
dumb.
your words, brother, they don't give a flying F.
Yep.
Why
that's
do we
gonna-
have pressers for celebrities to speak for words that aren't written for them ahead of time in the first place? Their entire job is to make believe and read words that someone else has written for them. So why do we continue to allow them to talk on their own?
And I want to say something to Tony's point, because it's such a great point. This is such a slap in the face to people who did it legally.
Exactly.
Who became citizens of this country and assimilated into American culture, embraced our Constitution and our republic, and took our values. The people who came here went through the hardships and spent the money to do everything that they could do to be here legally. It's a slap in the face to the people who did that. So that's a great
And
point,
a little
Tony.
insider information to your point, Chad. I know people who went through the proper channels, spent all the money to become U.S. citizens. They are even more upset with than you guys would be. The white folk. They're more upset with that
Did
they
you
have
say
to
the
pay.
white folk?
Yes, because
The whites. They're more
yes.
upset than the whites would be.
The immigrants and I'm talking about Latin people, the immigrants that went through the proper channels and paid for the lawyers, paid for all the fees to get into this country legally. They're more upset with the people that got a free pass to come here and do things the wrong way and not be legal citizens. They want them out more than we do, like the citizens. So all these people that are saying, oh, we're doing all this to legal immigrants, like Selena Gomez, she's saying, oh, my people. No, those aren't your people.
What do you think the ratio is between people who came here illegally versus legally? It's got to be like 99-1. Like there's no
Right
the amount
now,
of people,
yeah.
The amount of people that come here legally is so small, realistically, But we have to fix that. That's the problem. It's too easy for people to come in illegally, and that's what Tom Homan's doing, and that's why Selena Gomez is trying.
Let's take a picture. Let's get past Captain Wakanda here, and let's look at a legal immigrant. Okay, someone who came here legally. There's a brand new photo out of our beautiful First Lady, and take a look. Oh, a little airbrushed, but I like it.
Stunning.
A little airbrushed, but I think Melania is going to get more credit this go around. I really think she is. It's like Bill Maher said the other day, Trump is cool. He doesn't think so, but he said it's weird to him that Trump is cool now. He is. Melania's cool now. I mean, she was rocking that beanie and those glasses, dude.
She'll get Maxim. She'll get Maxim for sure.
She'll definitely get that.
They gave Anna. They gave Anna Maxim.
Yeah, because they're conservative, and they endorse Trump. The magazine Maxim endorsed Trump, as a matter of fact. But I mean, she's down to business. If you compare this to 2016's photos, President. I mean, this was 2016. That was the presidential official photo of Trump. This was before he got shot at and indicted. And of course, Melania was happy to be there, or seemingly so. But the new one, if you look at the pictures now, we got
business.
dark MAGA.
Business.
They're ready.
Business.
They're ready.
Business.
Yeah. That, as the kids would say, they're standing on business.
Did you see, Graham, did you see the tweet yesterday that came out that actually said that studies have shown that liberal women are hotter than conservative women? That's how deceived these people are.
No, but a liberal pansexual wrote that probably.
You want to know who wrote that? This person right here.
Yes, that person right there.
They go home.
Throw up emojis in the chat.
They go home and snuggle with their cats.
Chucky's.
Let's put a flame emoji in there for Melania. I think she's going to get some love this go around. I really do. I hope she does. Well deserved. Get her on the cover of some magazines, man.
Do it.
Oh boy.
All right.
Wow.
I think we need to move a little bit quick through this next
Let's go.
section,
Let's
and we'll
do it,
get to the
baby.
Trump stuff. But let's talk about this. Google is, I don't know if you want to call it caving, but they're abiding by what Trump said, and they are going to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I've not heard anything from Apple, who Tim Cook was stinking
Let's
at
get
the
some
inauguration.
GOA. Let's get some GOA, Gulf of
GOA.
America, going in the chat.
Still waiting
Here.
on Apple Maps.
Here. I'm
pulling
gonna
it
look.
up.
I'm gonna
I'm
look
pulling
right
it
now.
up.
I'm
looking.
Look at.
Yeah,
it
me
still
too.
says Gulf of Mexico on my Apple map here. So
I'm telling you. And Tim Cook was at the inauguration, CEO of Apple, so a little bit odd.
Yep, Gulf of Mexico still
Gulf
on
of
Apple.
Mexico. They'll change it.
But they said that they will do it. I don't think that they
I
said
was
it
telling you
done.
guys before we started, I've already talked to some board members of certain folks in Texas on some big governmental boards here, and they're already referring to it as the Gulf of America. Our state representative here, Steve Toth, actually presented a bill in Austin the other day to put a sign up on I-45 going south that says Galveston, the gateway to the Gulf of America.
It still says Gulf of Mexico on Google Maps.
Yeah, we'll fix it.
No, it said that it says Google to change it.
Yeah, they
So
will.
change it.
They're working on the complicated process of changing the name
Of
from
changing a
Mexico
name.
to America.
They got to delete.
Hey,
the
man,
type.
Got to
Do
be
you know
so
how long-
difficult.
Do you
They've
know
got to
how long
rebuild
it
the whole
takes?
map now.
No. Do you know how long it takes for like Google Maps to update roads to a new subdivision? Like it takes, like they're not.
There's probably one guy doing it at Google.
They got to drive
Probably.
the truck by and take a picture of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
for real.
right. But to Royce's point, let's keep
That's
going
funny,
here.
Chad.
Let's go.
Okay,
41
I
minutes
think, I
into
think
the
we
show.
should discuss this, just the fact that Border Patrol is now being shot at by suspected cartel members.
Yeah.
Tony, tell them to stop.
Yeah,
That wasn't me, man.
Yeah, Tony.
They went over my head on that one, man. That wasn't
Yeah.
me.
They didn't
This
get your
is,
approval?
They didn't get the memo. I said stop all that. So
Yeah, but this was in Texas. This is a crazy deal. This is a clip, right? We can play this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's
Let's
20
play it.
seconds, and then we
Yep,
can move
let's
on.
do it.
Suspected cartel gunmen in Mexico fire shots at Border Patrol agents in Fronton, Texas. This all happened about 1 hour ago. Law enforcement tells Bill Malugin it happened as cartel members tried to bring a group of illegal immigrants across the river. The agents fired back. No one on either side was hit. The group of illegal immigrants did not make it across the Red River. Now, this suspected cartel.
Are we
There you go.
certain that these folks weren't just celebrating the Philadelphia Eagles going to the Super Bowl? I mean, because they were shooting
they would
in
be
downtown Philly too.
No, they'd be pooping in the streets. If
Is that a
was the case.
turret
Yeah.
on the back of this car? What
Hey,
is going
dude,
on?
listen, man. I've said this time and time again. This is not going to go down the way we think it's going to. This is not Al Qaeda, ISIS. This ain't that. These people are extremely well funded. They are very organized, and y'all, they have every weapon systems besides jets and stuff that we do. Mark 19s, AKs, M4s, rocket launchers.
Dude,
Yes,
the cartel doesn't stand a chance against the U.S.
I'm not saying that it's gonna take some serious military intervention for this to go down.
I think two fighter jets could fly by and blow them all up.
They
and that's it,
could,
game
they
over.
could, but then you're talking about firing armament into the country of Mexico. That's
Yeah, that was
that's
gonna
a
be my-
whole nother thing, man.
that was going to be my next question.
but-
What's the rules of engagement there, especially if they're firing on us first, and you throw some mortars over there on their side to bust them all out of there. What happened?
Well,
then?
you've got the cartel knows how to embed themselves. I mean, again, you could talk about you compare it to Afghanis, right? I mean, they know how to embed themselves in caves. The cartels know how to embed themselves with civilians, and you don't want those casualties. You got to have precision strikes. This is why you're talking about special forces, Delta guys going in there and doing these things. And again, when you name somebody a transnational narco terrorist, I mean, it does change the rule of engagement that we can go in there and deal with some things. But obviously, we're not going to firebomb blocks of Mexican cities. So it's a bad deal. And you got to remember too, cartel, that's a loose term. Everybody's in the cartel. I mean, anybody in business is in the cartel in Mexico. I mean, there's not a single government official in Mexico that wasn't placed by a cartel. So you're right, it is a complex network.
I don't think it's that complex, man. If we change the rules of engagement too, if they will not listen about trying to cross the thing and you shoot them in the face, I think no. Listen
But
to
again,
me.
you're shooting coyotes. I mean, you're shooting coyotes at
but
that
what
point.
I'm saying is the point is to secure the border. That's it. So what you do is you've got a definitive line. Now, yeah, it's like 2,000 miles. I'm not negating that it's a big line, but you set up literal death funnels in every single aspect of the 2,000-mile radius there, and you put the Border Patrol and the active duty United States military there. The point is to secure the border. Nobody said that we would be able to stop illegals from trying to come across the border, period. We're not at war with Mexico. So the whole point is to create a death funnel for these people to where they wouldn't dare do it. And if they do, it's easy use of force, easy, dead, total, gone, over with, across the way. I don't think it's going to be as difficult as people think. It's going to require a lot of active duty personnel to help the Border Patrol 100%. But I mean, if you change the rules of engagement to if they try, you shoot. It's going to eliminate. It's going to eliminate a lot, man. The death funnel is a real thing. I mean, it's like in the movie 300 where they backed into like the canyon where it narrows out to where you get to face them head on. I don't care how well funded they are. I don't care how much ammunition they have or artillery they have or anything like that. If we can set up a legitimate line in the sand, our military will decimate them. The end. And so if our military, which the president has said they would, and now the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, has said they would, overwhelming force to secure the border. And so
we already saw the diminished numbers yesterday. I mean, just that yesterday's numbers were a perfect example. I mean, those numbers are getting diminished. They're not coming to the border like they have been. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so which is going to make it a lot easier. All right.
Yeah. Let's move on to our next sponsor, I think.
Let's do it. You know what? Let me pull that sucker up right here because there's so much going on. I'm just so happy Graham's with us. I
like that. Somebody said the new slogan should be "You try, you die."
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Hang on. Go to the next story real quick because my iPad screwed up.
Yeah, we can play this really quick. This is Tom Homan going after Kate. Calmly. The tweet says calmly dismantles her.
Calmly.
Yeah, for ICE entering into schools. So it's 50 seconds. Let's watch it.
What we had heard from immigration advocates is that this is going to provide a chilling effect to parents in the school drop-off line or something of that matter.
It shouldn't be a chilling effect unless their child's a terrorist or a public safety threat. If they are a public safety threat and national security threat, they should be chilled. They should be afraid because we're looking for them.
Well, if their parent is here and they're an undocumented immigrant, I think was more of the argument that they were making.
They're not off the table either. I mean, they're in the country illegally, they got a problem. I mean, it's not okay. Look, it's not okay to enter this country illegally. It's a crime, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I wouldn't feel comfortable if I'm in Switzerland illegally.
Pause.
So we're going to enforce laws.
Can we zoom in? Well, not when she looks like she's having a seizure. Can we just right there? Can we zoom in on Caitlin Collins' face? Look at like
just piss.
Just look at the just. I mean, just
it's all in the eyebrows.
Absolute like hate that Caitlin Collins has.
It's all in the eyebrows.
One, I think it's because she knows that only 137 people are watching this show while they're doing it. That's one thing, okay? She knows. Dude, when we were at the Commander-in-Chief ball, Royce was there with me, and Caitlin Collins was there, and right next to her was Sean Hannity in Fox News. And, dude, she was pissed the whole time because she knew the whole room hated her.
Everybody was like, "Oh, Hannity," like trying to get his attention.
Every service member was like, "Hey, I think that's that chick that Trump owned." You know what I mean? Like literally, like that was the whole point. It was the greatest thing ever. Our servicemen and women were just all like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the chick that Trump like thunder slammed in the town hall or whatever it is." And she knows. She knows she sucks. She knows, and she knows that CNN is garbage, and she hates America. Not only does she hate America, she's on a crap news network and she gets crap ratings. The end. So I don't know.
And don't you love the fact that Tom Homan's going all Baba Yaga on everybody? I love this.
And again, it's a perfect example of facts over feelings. Tom's bringing the numbers. Mm-hmm. He's bringing the facts, and it's a beautiful. Look at that face. Oh, she's so happy. Hey, before we move any further, listen, guys, if you want to keep your loved ones safe and you believe in the Second Amendment, but you don't want to be fumbling for lock boxes and keys and all this kind of stuff that can get you kind of confused if you need instant access to your firearm, it's a challenge. So a lot of those storage options, they force you to fumble with those keys and gamble on a battery that might fail when the time matters most. So that's why Stopbox USA has this incredibly engineered, game-changing, patented push-button locking system that's entirely mechanical. The last time I was in the studio with Tony and Graham showed me his, and I was impressed. Stopbox Pro has no keys, no batteries, instantly accessible when you need it. It means you're always ready, even in the dark or under stress. They got glass-reinforced polycarbonate, so it's tough and it is secure. So we're going to get you 10% off of your entire order when you use code GRAHAM, GRAHAM. But they're also going to give you a buy one, get one free offer on the Stopbox Pro. 10% off and free Stopbox Pro when you use code GRAHAM at StopboxUSA.com. They're all proudly made in the USA. And not only do they ensure high-quality craftsmanship of every product sent out, but it creates jobs for Americans. What a beautiful thing. So for a limited time only, our listeners are going to get a crazy good deal. Not only do you get 10% off your entire order when you use code GRAHAM at Stopbox USA, but they're also giving you a buy one, get one free for the Stopbox Pro. That's 10% off and a free Stopbox Pro when you use code GRAHAM at StopboxUSA.com. Discover a better way to balance security and readiness with Stopbox. Check them out.
Boom.
So
Boom.
cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat that already have a Stopbox, and they all say that they love it. So that's cool. Yeah, that's
Graham
really
had
cool.
it on his desk, and he's like, "You can't move this thing. It's like stuck to the desk." It was great, and that's the way they want it to be. And then you just pick it up.
It's deceiving. It's a deceiving thing.
Do the
'cause it
hand.
looks-
Do the hand.
I'm not telling
No,
people
he's
what
not
my
going to give
code
away his
is
combination.
on-
Show us exactly how to
Do the
get
hand.
into your personal items.
You
Yeah,
look like
show
the
it.
guy from a scary movie. Oh, the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that's where I keep Tony's papers in, and so he can't get to them right now in the office, and so that's the funny.
That's what he thinks, man. I've broken into freaking Fort Knox before. You think that little box would keep me out?
All right. What do we got next?
Next, we
I
get
can't
into-
see anything but the show,
no, you're
so
good.
I have no
Next,
access.
we got a little bit of Donald Trump doing a little bit of trolling. We call it trolling.
Do we call
trolling.
it? Do we call it trolling? Because here's the thing: like before we get into this is him talking about running again. There's a congressman who either has or is going to put paperwork together to repeal the 22nd Amendment, or amend the 22nd Amendment to allow for a third term kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I'm not saying it has a chance and of passing, but it is going to be brought to the halls of Congress about the 22nd Amendment, and we do have the majority.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure I'm actually for that.
I'm not.
I like the
I'm not.
two-term system. I think it's fair and it makes sense. As much as I like Donald Trump, you get 2 terms and that's it. You know, I'm not sure I would feel good if the Republicans forced him into a third term.
If
And
Trump-
Obama.
Because here's the other thing. He is old. We love Trump and he's all there, but he
Yeah.
is getting older. I
Yeah,
think
but
that
look-
there should be somebody else after the next 4
Look
years.
at it like this. What if it's not for him? So just listen to me. I'm going to do a controversial thing
Barron.
like Todd does for a minute. So you guys comment yes or no. If Trump is able in this 4 years to make our elections trustworthy and safe again. Okay, just go with me here. All right. There is an argument to be made that if you have a really good president that is running the country's doing amazing and blah, 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 and then they get to the end of the 8 years and then the people don't even get a chance to decide, right? And then you get a crapshoot that comes in next and takes the country, and then you have to go through it all over again.
I feel like if that were to happen, you know, because right now what's the number first to whatever wins right now? 280 or whatever it is, 380?
270.
270. I think that you'd have to win like 75% versus 51%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I
for
personally.
a third-term president, you have
no.
to be overwhelmingly voted in, if that even is a case.
Well,
I don't like it at all, because then you got Obama and all these other. No, I just no.
I'm just saying. Yeah, okay, but again, and I'm not saying that I'm for it at all, but I'm just bringing to the point. Would you have had an Obama if Bush was able to go for a third time? And Bush wasn't a great president at the end, but he was a lot better than Obama. Let's not twist it there. I guess that's the argument I'm trying to make, and that's the argument that these congressmen and women are trying to make, is if you have a president who wins not only the Electoral College, but also the popular vote, I don't know. Are the people actually getting an opportunity to make the decision? Or are you just
versus being dealt a bad hand? Yeah.
Versus being dealt a bad hand.
Well,
I think that's the argument they're trying to make. Again, I'm not saying I agree or disagree. Honestly, I hadn't thought about it enough. I'm just saying that's their argument, is what they're trying to say is, are the people actually having their voice and their will heard? Put it to a national vote. Let's hold a special vote. That's what should happen when it comes to this thing for the president, is they should have a nationwide vote just like we do for the president of the United States. Do you think a president should be able to run for a third term? Yes or no? Simple ballot, yes or no ballot, up and down the states, run a nationwide vote. And if the majority of Americans say yes, who are we to go against the will of the American people? I don't know. So
let's see.
Again, we're a republic. We're not a democracy, so it's not a mob rule in a deal like that.
All I'm saying is they did it. They did it in Rome with Caesar, and they had to stab that dude 137 times to get rid of him. So
dude, that is not even remotely a valid argument. They had in Rome versus what we have as a constitutional republic, that's not even the same. It's not even the same thing.
We should watch the clip. What do you guys say?
Yeah, let's watch it.
But I think, real quick before you do that, Royce, I think the voters would get behind putting term limits on senators and Congress more than they would giving a third term to the president. That's what I think. I think, people would get way behind doing that because we have, like I said before, all those rhinos just ingrained there that we can try to get rid of. Yeah, I think people would vote for that much more than we do a third term.
It does sound a bit hypocritical to be like, we need term limits, but also we want the president to have less term limits. Like it's a little bit back and forth. I don't know.
Right.
No. I don't disagree, but I've said, I think that Congress should have six term limits. That's 12 years, and I think senators should have 2. That's 12 years. The president gets 8. You know what I mean? And so I am for term limits, but I'm more like the 12. I think Congress should be. You should 6. You can be elected to the Congress 6 times.
I think that makes sense to make it the same across the board versus.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good point.
That's something that I could get behind because the only term limit we have is president and governors. That's it. That's the only term
Unless
we
you're
have.
in Texas.
Well, right. But
you don't pay taxes. Be quiet.
But everything else is Supreme Court's a life appointment. Congress, Nancy Pelosi's been there for 647 years before America was even America. We don't know how it happened. And you've got Chuck Schumer, who's been there since the 1920s. And all this other kind of stuff.
I think I saw a photo of Pelosi on the Mayflower. I'm pretty sure that came out.
Yep.
Anyway, that's it. I am for term limits. I'm just saying, if we've got a great president, man, why does the president get less time than others? That's all I'm saying. I am for term limits. I'm not for somebody to get elected at 35 and then literally be president until they're 90 years old. That's not what I'm saying.
So that's a good question, Graham. Are you saying term limits for everyone?
Yes. Term limits for everybody.
What about the Supreme Court?
Supreme Court, I'll have to take another look at it, but for no, I mean I got to think about it, because Supreme Court is different.
Yeah, they are.
But the executive and the legislative branch, I think it should be 6 years or 6 terms for Congress, and then 2 terms for Senate. So that's 12 and 12, and then why is the president 8? That's kind of my thought process there.
Let's play the clip.
Raised a lot of money for the next race that I assume I can't use for myself, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't know. I think I'm not allowed to run again. I'm not sure. Am I allowed to run again, Mike? I better not get you involved in that argument. No, we raised a lot of money, a tremendous amount, in our Teletown Hall.
Am I allowed to run again? I think I'm allowed to run again.
I'm just saying, I won a lot of people over in the chat with that 12 years across the thing. Like,
Yeah,
all of a sudden,
that
everybody was against me until just let me get my whole thought out. And then all of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, okay, the 12 years across the board makes sense. All right.
Everyone's like, no, Graham, that's stupid. Wait a second.
Oh, okay, 12 years
That's
for
a
everyone.
decent
Oh,
idea.
all right.
That's a
yeah,
decent
because
idea.
think about it. Lindsey Graham would be gone. We'd have somebody else in that spot. You know what I mean? Like, and
Someone said 8 years across the board. I don't know what the number is, but I do think that the idea of across the board, it all being the same with the exception of Supreme Court, is something really, really promising to bring to the table. I think that's
agree.
good.
All right,
8
next.
or 12, whatever it is. Next, we have the moment of truth. What every American has been waiting for since like 1918 or whatever it was. The abolishment of the IRS.
Can we get IRSS? IRS sucks in the chat. Can we get IRSS?
Sounds like a Navy ship.
Chat. Let's hear what Trump has to say. Dude, I'm telling you, Trump, so where he's speaking, just so you guys don't know, he is speaking directly to Congress right now. That he's been in Florida talking to the GOP in Congress for the purpose of everybody getting on the same page to push forward the agenda, because the shock and awe is not over yet. I am telling you that I am telling you that I am telling you. The IRS is fixing to take a big hit. Now, I hadn't called them today, but I called them yesterday just to see. And when you call, you get the automated thing and you're like, payment plan. I want to talk to somebody about a payment plan. And it's like, okay, I can help you with that. And then it immediately goes to, we're sorry, our systems are unable to help you right now. I saw that over 1,500 IRS people have put in their resignations when Trump made that thing of like, hey, I'm thinking about moving you guys to help with border and or the ERS. And so many people said this. I'm telling you, he's fixing to do something. Let's play the clip.
Better start going to the range.
Rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. Do you know the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887. And this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in. It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887. And what to do with all of the money that we had. And again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary, because when McKinley was killed, he took over this vast sum of money, and he did all of those national parks and all of the other things. And I'm not knocking him, but he was given a vast amount of money, and that was all made through tariffs. We had no income tax. The income tax came in 1913. As I said in my speech last week, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich foreign nations, we should be tariffing and taxing foreign nations to enrich our citizens. Does that make sense, right?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and to Trump's point, the federal income tax came in 1913. When did the Great Depression happen?
1929.
1929.
Interesting how that works.
Go back and do it. People need to do a little research. Go back and look at James Monroe. Look at the tariffs of 1821, 18. I mean, that's. Go back and research that. I mean, what Trump is on to something. I know that everybody's talking about it's going to do all this massive inflation and people are going to lose. It's going to hurt the American consumer and all this kind of stuff. He's a lot smarter than that. I said on my show yesterday, I think we actually said it here, who do you want running your business? If you want advice as an entrepreneur, as a business person, you going to take your advice from Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, or you going to take it from Donald Trump?
Yeah, and agree. To the people saying, can you imagine a nation with no taxes? To be clear, there would not be zero taxes.
Yeah.
I think that the ERS is going to be there. And I think, this is what Bessent said, the new Secretary of the Treasury, is a consumption tax. So there is a tax on things that you buy or things that you purchase. So you can call it a sales tax, but a consumption tax, right? So if you go to the grocery store, there's a tax. If you go buy a house, there's taxes on buying the house. It's what you consume is what you get taxed on. If you want to save a bunch of money, you shouldn't have to pay taxes on money that you're trying to save. Like, you know what I mean? And so I think that something massive is coming. And I think that a lot of people, I think it will. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen today. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. But I think before this term is up for Donald Trump, I think we're going to have the biggest change to the IRS that has ever happened. I know that Elon and them are working on an app where people can just do it themselves instead of having to, which, you know, I know a lot of people that are CPAs are going to be upset about this. But the only reason that the jobs of CPA was actually really formed was because the IRS tax code went up to like 74,000 pages and no average American knew what to do and knew how to do anything. Even if they've already said that the 88,000 extra agents, they're done. Like, they're gone. Sorry. I hope you got a backup plan. They're gone. But I think that he's also going to reassign over half of the current IRS force to serve on the ERS force. That's what I think.
Which makes perfect sense. I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I was trying to wrap my brain around it. About 6 months ago, we were talking about something on the show about capital gains taxes and all that. I mean, if you really think about it, all the taxes that we pay, they punish you for you taking the risk of putting your money, investing your money somewhere that might lose money. They don't give you that money back if you lose money, but if you make money off of it and you have to pay capital gains taxes on it, they gain money off of your risk and you wind up selling it for the money you made. But they don't give you any money back, kind of like the insurance scam where you pay insurance into it and you have to pay insurance for your car, and if you don't use it, they don't give you the money back, you just have to pay it. Because
another thing that he's getting ready to do is, and if he has to sign an executive order to do it, he will, to where he's going to make it to where credit card companies and loan companies and all this other stuff, like they're going to make it a cap. Like, you can't charge this 28% APR and all this other kind of bull crap. No, like you know, your max is like 10%. You know what I mean? Kind of thing on interest and stuff like that. Because interest is what's killing a lot of people. They don't have a cash problem. They have a cash flow problem because they only get paid so often and and bills don't wait. And then they take out a loan to try to help pay for a bill. A lot of people, you know, you have a broken system when literally every single bank has you can take out a personal loan. And what's one of the options for why you're taking out a loan? To pay your taxes. You know you've got a broken system and a broken problem when a majority of Americans are having to take out personal loans to pay their taxes because they're just trying to survive and they're trying to get by. And so that's where we are.
The chat is blown up right now about property tax, about how it's theft, and I totally agree.
Absolutely.
I don't own any property, but if you're paying taxes on property, you don't own your property.
I'm okay with property taxes until you pay it off. I think once you pay it off, I don't think there should be any. If you have a note on your home, I don't think that you should like that. I can kind of see what they're doing there.
Well, that would apply to the sales tax thing, right? If
correct.
You're still paying,
but
for
if you
the
pay
property.
off right now, there's no incentive to really pay off anything if you have cash flow because you don't ever really own anything. If you pay off your car and then all of a sudden you hit rock bottom and you can't pay the property taxes or whatever it is for your tag or blah, blah, blah for your car, guess what they're going to do? They're going to take your car. If you work your life to pay your house off and then let's say you get cancer or something and then you don't make the same amount of money anymore. And then like for my house, it's like $20,000 a year in property taxes. And what if you don't have that? They'll quick sell your home for half of what it's worth and kick you out. Like, yeah, you own nothing. You own nothing right now. And so...
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, because like for me, I own my home outright, but you're right. If I don't pay my property taxes, I never truly own my home. The government, if I don't pay my property taxes, they will come over and pick up my house and sell it.
you never truly own your land either, because even if you buy your land straight out, you got to pay property taxes.
Right.
And also you're not allowed to do whatever you want to do on that land. If you want to build a house, you got to get a permit approved by the county or the state. If you want to build, I don't know, like a infrastructure or anything like anything that's not residential, it would be considered commercial. You got to get approval from the county board or the state board to even allow you to do that. One of the questions I had to do when I bought land, it was like, are you going to bury Connex boxes in your land and stuff like that? Like they want to control everything that you do with your own land. Right now, you don't control anything. You own nothing, and you'll like it. That's how they've been treating us for so long.
As they're kicking you in the, you know what?
Yep.
You can't even put like animals on your property unless it's zoned correctly. Agriculture, whatever it is, all these different rules. If you own the property, you should be able to put whatever the heck you want. Chickens, cows, donkeys, goats, whatever it is, it's your property. They shouldn't be meddling in it. So that part does make me mad too, because it's another example of like, you think you own something, but the government's, in control, and that's just not okay.
The fact that you have to pay public school taxes if your kids don't go to public school. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you're already paying thousands of dollars a month for your kids to go to private schools and things like that, but then you also have to pay public school taxes. Like, that's crazy. Like all that stuff is crazy. It's a meritocracy is what it is. You reward the good schools by sending your kids there, so therefore your tax money goes there. If your kids don't go to that ghetto trash school and you pay for a private school, you shouldn't have to pay school taxes.
The Republic of Texas sounds awfully good right about now.
Hey, Graham, they just introduced a bill here in Mississippi to do away with state taxes here, too.
Yeah. I mean, if we go to
Bring it on, baby.
If we go to a flat-out consumption tax, there's no reason for any other tax. The state and the federal government, half and half the consumption tax. Yep. Boom, there you go.
And the rest comes in through tariffs and stuff like that.
Correct.
All right, last thing, and then we can do, we can pray this out and do some super chats, is the prosecutors who went after Donald Trump are fired effective immediately. Who actually put this through? Who actually did this?
Trump called for it. I mean, yeah.
From the
and
acting Attorney General,
also, he got rid of all the privatized inspector generals as well.
Yes.
Across the board. I've already seen that there's been over 300 resignations in the military over the DEI changes and things like that. And I hope there's more. I hope there's thousands more.
Well, there was a report. There was a report that just came out a couple of days ago. There's a 3-star general female in the Dakota somewhere that she wrote up an official memorandum for her entire post stating that, okay, we won't do any transition surgeries or give medications or anything like that on post. But here's what we need you to do. We need you to take our brave transgender soldiers and our brave soldiers that are trying to transition and make sure to send them off post to a primary care manager, which is a civilian doctor, to try to circumvent that whole process.
Well, no,
those folks need to go.
Trump's fixing to sign an EO. I mean, they're out. They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Yeah. See you later.
Well, I think hand claps in the chat for this. I think we're all excited that these woke DOJ attorney general or whatever it is, prosecutors are removed. And really, honestly, they should probably be arrested, really, for going after a political candidate in that way when there was nothing to stand on. And this was election interference, really, if you look at it. Am I wrong there?
No, I think it's
not
great.
At all.
Here's my thing. Fire. I've already said it. I mean, you really want to send a shock and awe? You go and, this is for Secretary Hegseth. You go to the DOD and you fire everybody and say, hey, we've got a 90-day process. You're all fired. You're all fired. You're all on administrative leave. None of you are getting paychecks. And you go back through the rehiring process. How much do you want to be here? Like the end. How much you want to be here? Same for the FBI. Same for the IRS. Same for the CIA. Same for the National Security, the DHS, everything. Everything you can imagine. The Postal Service, everything. Fire everyone. Everyone is on administrative leave starting right now. How bad do you want to be here, and should you still be here? And then you do a massive rehire a lot of the same people and things like this but you will weed out really quickly the ones that are the actual good ones. Again, shock and awe, people. Like, we are here to fix the country, and we do not give a flying crap about your feelings. We just don't. Like, and this administration cannot have any worry, especially on the federal side. IRS, federal. DOD, federal. CIA, FBI, DHS, all these things, federal. Okay, on the federal side, we have to eliminate the DEI, the wokeness, the cultures, all this stuff. We have to change all of it. You want to shock and awe, you want to change all of it, place everybody on administrative leave starting today, and we're having massive rehire sessions, people. And how bad do you really want to work here? How bad do you want to continue to serve the country in your capacity? The end.
That's a great idea. That's like a modern reboot the system kind of way to do it. Yep.
Clean slate, baby. Administrative leave without pay during the next 90-day rehiring process of those that should be here versus shouldn't be here. And then you task the recruiting and retention side of every agency, IRS, DHS, DOD, everything, to go and refill the ranks back up with people that you need to be there.
Yeah, re-interview for your job. See if you're worthy of being there and with what Trump has in mind. So yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah. Love it. I'm all about it.
Clean slate, baby.
Heck yeah.
Clean slate. Yep.
Etch a sketch, or for you young folks, Control-Alt-Delete, and let's get this thing going.
Yeah, delete.
Good.
Delete
Like
it, as Elon would say. Delete.
I
delete.
like it.
Do you think I don't know what an Etch-a-Sketch is?
Well, I said younger folks. I didn't say boys.
He has a history book, Todd. He's seen photos.
Yes, I saw them in old photos before.
Etch-a-sketch.
I've heard about what that was.
I hated those things. You're just sitting there and you're like, 2 hours later.
All right, let's pray this thing out, and then let's do super questions.
Chad, it's your turn.
All right, let's do it. Gracious Heavenly Father, we're glad you're in control because we know we're not. And in all the chaos and all the confusion, we know that you're a God of order. You're a God of peace. You are the Prince of Peace. And you come to bring a kingdom into our lives which cannot be shaken. And so, Lord, we cling to that. We cling to you. We thank you for the cross of Jesus that brings us forgiveness. And, Lord, we thank you that your guiding, protecting hand is not only on our lives but also on our country. And so, Father, we submit to you. We ask that your will be done in our lives and in all decisions that are being made. We pray for the leaders that you have placed over us and in and around us. And, Lord, we pray that you would help us to have a good mind, a revelational mind that helps to know what your heart is for these days in which we live. We thank you for this time that we have been given in history, and we ask you to bless it in your name, we pray. Amen.
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 Let's do them soupy chats.
Super chats.
Here we go.
Let's go.
First one, Kiloho.
From Kiloho. Closest neighbors 2 miles away. I know them, and one's within 7 miles. I like it.
I don't know what they're referring to.
I don't know. They just live a long way away from folks, and I like it.
Cool.
Rip Van Winkle. The only people who care about what liberal celebrities say are the same people who think the stripper at the club likes them.
That's funny.
Correct.
That's pretty funny.
Just said correct.
That's a good one. I'm going to write that down. Posh Beauty. I've been watching you guys for a year now, and you guys really changed my life. I have rededicated my life to Jesus. My husband and I are reconciling, and our marriage is stronger than the last 10 years. Yes, that is why we do what we do awesome. Right there. Yep. Best comment of the day right there. Continue to have 3 teenagers interested in patriotism, 2 going away to the military, and 1 wants to be a pastor. I know it's been hard for all of you, but thank you.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Man, I love that. That tugged them little heartstrings right there. I like it. Sherry Kinney, 3 of 3. Okay, I tried to finish posting on Rumble. It wouldn't go through. So anyway, your courage has been life-changing, so thank you. Your influence has been generational. Thank you, Sherry.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
That's great to hear. Yep.
Really cool.
Amazing.
C.H. Miller, why can't we lay some sanctions or some sort of smackdown on Mexico for everyone who does get across? I bet they get in line and do half the work if we do. I mean, maybe.
Trump originally wanted to build a wall and make them pay for it, you know? because of all the damage that they've caused to us. So
I don't know.
I don't think
Mexico's pretty good at not pulling their side. They're pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't think that
solid.
should be off the table. I still think that Mexico should contribute in some
They should.
way.
They're in violation of a number of treaties, not just with the U.S., but also with Texas specifically.
At the end of the day, though, I mean, really, the cartels are what running the country, and no matter what sanctions or we do to the government, the cartels are going to do whatever they want, anyways. I mean, they're the ones that do all the human trafficking, all the drug smuggling. We can sit here all day and argue that we need to do this to Mexico, we need to do that to Mexico, but the organized crime is what's running the country over there.
That's right.
Daniel Davis. Well, Todd, Tennessee is at Alabama for the 2025 season. I guess I'm coming to Tuscaloosa to watch the game. Come on. I'll see you there.
Sounds like a pride parade to me.
Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. 101, I play. That's so cold-hearted. 101, I play well. Don't trust higher term limits. We say how much corruption has been going on in the last 4 years. We're already trying to put in term limits for Congress.
Yeah,
I
To
agree.
to be clear, I'm not pro people being in there as long as possible. But everyone in the House and the halls of Congress doesn't have term limits. The president is the only one who does. And if you actually know politics, you know the president doesn't have unlimited power. The only reason we're able to get across what we're doing right now is because we have the House and the Senate. So, I'm just saying, make it even across the board. Dude, I'm in D.C. right now looking around. I don't know how any sane human wants to be here for longer than 12 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just being honest with you. And so,
I mean, you've been there 2 weeks and you're already annoying.
Yeah, like you have to be a truly corrupted person or an already corrupt person to enjoy being here for that long.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
This one's quite unbelievable.
Let's see. Kai Cup fan, would you want someone like Biden for 3 terms? I think Biden dies in 6 months, so I think we're good there.
I don't see how this is even a question because obviously no. And 2, he had to drop out of his second race for his second term. He's incapable of doing 3 terms, let alone 2.
Correct. And also, again, I said the major caveat that everybody's forgetting what I said is if Donald Trump is able to truly fix our elections, he's already said he wants same day, like within 10 hours, counts, like done, like across the board. No counting for 2 weeks after, da-da-da-da-da. If he's truly able to get election reform, I was just saying it's worth a conversation then at that point. That's all I'm saying.
Kiloho.
But at the end of the day, the people would vote on it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so I'm all about putting any idea on the table. Just let the people let their voices be heard and think about it. And all
this honestly, I didn't want to bring this up because I didn't do enough research on this, but I did read this. So y'all just think about this. From Kaloho, Trump can change U.S. maps to say Gulf of America, but official changes require broader international consensus through International Hydrographic Organization. That is a good point.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
It'll change.
I think Trump has a pretty big hand over the whole world right now.
It's only this is the start of the 8th day. It's only been.
I wonder if the International Hydrographic Organization understands tariffs.
Yeah.
You're not gonna change it. Well, we're gonna
fire
tariff
all of them. All of them will be gone. Clean slate. 3rd term.
Get rid of them. Give me new ones.
In my 4th term, I'll do this.
Yeah. Kai Cup fan, we would never recover from 3 terms of someone like Biden. I agree.
Yeah. Again.
Well, again,
but
people keep
he'll be
forgetting
dead.
that
He'll be dead
we
for that
voted him
happens.
out because his 1 term just almost destroyed our country. So we voted him out, so he wouldn't last through the
Well,
terms.
and to that point, I'll just say it real quick. FDR had 3 terms because we were in World War II, but he didn't last in the 3rd term. He wasn't healthy enough for the 3rd term either, but they didn't reveal that to the American people.
But people also are forgetting about the primaries. So people tried to primary Trump, and Trump ended up winning out. I'm just saying they got to go through a primary just like everybody else. I'm just, what we're talking about is the option to be able to run for a 3rd term is what the congressman is going to introduce is just the option to be able to do it. That's it. That's it.
Let's just do 2 6-year terms.
There you go. Maybe that's the adjustment.
Maybe that's the adjustment. Yeah. All right.
All right. From T Marie 2. Good to see you, Graham. Sorry for your loss. You and your family are in my thoughts and prayers.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
From Attack Cat 88. I need more clarity with this tax season. If I don't owe taxes, should I still wait to file? And will any decision Trump makes about the IRS or taxes apply to the 2024 taxes? I also don't pay property tax.
I mean, if you don't owe taxes, I don't think it matters. But technically, if he does make changes, it could get you more back if you are expecting a refund. And if Trump makes a decision about the IRS or pay taxes in 2024, I mean, I think absolutely the President of the United States has the ability to retroact some things, like 100%.
Yeah. Me personally, I will be filing an extension and waiting out as long as I possibly can.
I haven't
statement.
You should anyway.
Yes, I haven't not filed an extension in 10 years, and so you should file an extension.
I've talked about the situation that I live in because I get 200 1099s a year from all the different live events I do. I mean, you should file an extension no matter what because I don't trust those yahoos to do the right thing anyway.
Yeah,
and through COVID, again, they didn't.
And again, I say, everybody talks. The thing that bothers me so much is everybody talks of like, oh, if you go on a payment plan, then you'll owe interest and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah, but also it is a real thing that they only have 10 years to recoup money. Like, that's it. And then they have to let it go. I'm draining these people for every last ounce of everything. It's going to take every bit of 10 years for you to try to get as much as you can, buddy. Let's see who can outlast the other one. That's my mentality on it. Not everybody has the steady hand like I do. Like, they don't freaking scare me, man. And so,
I just put it this way.
I already did my taxes. I have like 10,000 dependents on me with all my family members. I threw them all on my taxes.
I claim my dogs and everybody. I'll just tell you this.
That's right.
I'll just tell you this. If I didn't pay my ex-wife a lump sum, I ain't paying the government.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
We see where Chad's brain is.
Here we go.
I work hard for it, baby.
From Cindy Laudering. Love listening to you all. Thanks.
$25.
Cindy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cindy.
Cindy's a great.
American Infidel, 1776. Why are we taxed on production and not consumption? Flat sales tax is the only way. Bring everybody into the tax pool and no more loopholes for the rich. Everyone truly pay their fair share.
Okay.
Melissa Foster. God bless you guys. Promises made, promises kept. Amen, sister girl.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Yeah, $50 there. Awesome.
I want to respond to this real quick. Somebody said, but Graham, didn't Jesus say pay to Caesar what is Caesar's? Yes, he did. But Caesar didn't operate in a constitutional republic where contrast and context is everything. We're a constitutional republic. The governing authority of this nation is in the first 3 words, we the people. We the people did not approve, nor did we vote for this freaking tax bracket thing. Like, to where if you make, and I know some people are going to get blah about this, but if you gross $500,000 a year for a business, right? Okay, which isn't very much if we're being honest. You are in the highest level tax bracket. It's like 37%. You are in the same tax bracket as Elon Musk at $500,000 a year. Do you understand what we're trying to say here? We, the people, the actual power, the governing authority of this stuff, we never said yes to any of that. Okay, what's the current tax brackets? Can we look that up really quick? Because a flat tax would be bringing everyone down to the lowest tax bracket. And what people don't realize is the rich people, like the super rich people, they were talking about that on Fox this morning. The rich people actually pay 70% of taxes already. So this argument that, the rich are getting away with all this other stuff. Okay. All right. 10%. There you go. That's the lowest you can be. Okay. The lowest you can be is 10%. Show the other 3 rows. Show the other 3 rows. Oh. All right. Find it for me on here.
Here we go.
All right. Zoom in on the biggest one there.
37%.
All right. They've moved it. Okay. So excuse me. All right. They've moved it up to 600,000 now. But look, 35% tax bracket for people that make, $487,000 a year. That's insanity. Like, do you understand? Like, people that have a calculator out, can you do 37% of $480,000 right now? Like, it's insanity. And now we know for a fact that for you to be a functioning member of society, to be able to buy an actual home that can fit your family, you have to make what, $120,000, $130,000 a year minimum just to be able to buy a starter home? What if you got 4 or 5 kids? What if you don't need a starter home? What if you need an actual big time home? That's insanity.
Yeah.
It is, and that goes to my point too, Graham. What I was saying. I mean, they punish
$177,600. So if you make $480,000, the government wants $178,000 of it. That's crazy, and that's not even including state taxes. Okay, so you include state taxes on there. You got people making $480,000 that are giving almost 50% of their money away. It is insanity. Like no one can function that way.
No, and like I said, to my point, they're punishing you for bettering yourself, for putting money, for investing in yourself to get in a better job. They're punishing you to do that. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And 37%, they're charging people tax at 37%. People that make over $610,000, same tax bracket as
Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
As Elon Musk.
How did they come up with these numbers too? Why is it 609,351?
They just made it up. But either way, what I'm saying is, look, guys, if you go to the 10%, okay, 10% like this, if everybody's at a flat tax of 10%, the low income earners, you're not changing at all. Like, look, if you're making less than $70,000 a year, most of you are getting refunds at the end of the year. Let's just be honest, right? I used to get refunds when I was in the Army. Okay, you're getting refunds. Okay, but if you've got a small business owner that employs 10 to 12 people, small businesses are the backbone of the American economy. If they're no longer having to pay after federal and state taxes 47%. So if the business grosses $500,000, they're only paying $50,000 as opposed to almost $250,000 when it's over. That creates more jobs. That creates bonuses or raises for their current employees all across the board. Guys, at minimum, we got to get to a flat tax. At minimum, we have to get to a flat tax because it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, and I could speak to that because I had a small business also in Oregon, and I had under 10 employees. And I'm telling you, corporate tax, payroll tax, state tax, quarterly tax, I was paying taxes for that first 2 years I was there. Literally, I wasn't making any profit because it all went to taxes. I mean, small business, like Graham said, small businesses are the backbone of this country, and I was drowning in taxes because I couldn't keep up with all the overhead, with all the taxes I was paying. It was just insane. Like this whole thought of, you have a business, you're doing well for yourself. You're rich. You got your own business. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to factor into the equation of all the taxes you have to pay. It's insanity. It's awful.
Let's continue with these super chats.
All right.
Here we go. Vanalee _7. I'm so ashamed to share the last name Gomez with Selena. Go cry to the maternity ward, big baby. Where were the tears for the 12-year-old girl from Texas raped and killed by an illegal? Toxic empathy. There you go. They flying around again. All right, Dennis Ward. Yeah, Dennis Ward. They should put the vote for term limits on a national ballot for the American people to vote on.
That's what I said. Do it.
Simple,
do it.
simple
Do a
fix.
national ballot. Let's do this thing.
Attack Cat. So to file the extension, I just call the IRS and tell them I need 6 more months or something that?
Dude, all you have to do is Google file a tax extension. It'll take you right to it, and you literally click the button and you do this. I mean, it is like that. Like it's super easy.
Adam Jensen. Would you still file an extension for taxes this year then, or when do you realistically expect these changes to actually be implemented? We file extensions no matter what, y'all.
Yeah.
No matter
wait
what.
till the last minute to file
minute.
every time, man, across the board. Because look, guys, we don't get consistent checks doing what we do. Like there's highs and there's zeros, like across the board. And so we can't even it's hard to I can't speak for Chad, but like, people are always talking about prepaying taxes per quarter and stuff like that. It's virtually impossible doing what we do, because if you prepay taxes based off what you made one 90-day cycle, and then the next 90-day cycle is super low, and then you've killed all your cash flow, see what I'm saying? Like, and now you got to fire people, and so it is not as cut and dry easy as people think that it is.
All right, part 2 of this one.
The girl was taken from her bed, her own bedroom, by a guy let in with a record days prior. No, you don't let the hungry rob a grocery store or a poor person rob a bank. The law above empathy. Yo. Agree.
Okay. Melissa Foster says she posted a $50 super chat in Rumble and it was not read. I looked through. We read your YouTube one, which is this one. But I looked through and I do not see a $50 Rumble super chat.
Yeah, well, that's it. First, yeah.
No, but this one's from YouTube.
Yeah.
She said Rumble.
She
said she left a $50 Rumble chat. I'm sorry, we don't see it. I'm not seeing it in either chats.
Just type it in the normal Rumble thing, and we'll see it.
We'll type it. What did you say? What was the question?
Yeah,
there you go.
See it. Come on, Melissa.
Appetizer. I wasn't allowed a mortgage for $500, but approved for $1,000 a month rent, and I'm mad. I've been paying private school for 15 years, but taxed for bad public schools.
Here's another thing. So you can go right now. I mean, if you've got decent credit, right? You can go right now and you can get a vehicle loan like that. Go try to get a personal loan and see how much more difficult it is. And you have to ask yourself the reason why. Why is it easier to get a $150,000 car loan at 10, 12%, no matter how good your credit score is, versus getting a personal loan? Well, because it's all about trying to get you to pay interest. It's all about, they want you to default. They want you to default so you can tank your credit. And guess what? They're still not going to take the car away from you. They'll just redo your payments. Oh, well, let's do this and let's do that. It's all, every bit of it is a scam. They don't want you to get a personal loan where you can debt consolidate. They don't want that. That's the worst thing you can click. That's an automatic denial most of the time these days, because they want you to pay the interest and they don't want you to get a hold of that kind of stuff. And that's why President Trump is probably here very soon fixing to sign an executive order capping interest rates on credit cards, car loans, all that other kind of stuff, which will open up the door for people to start to get personal loans again for debt consolidations.
Yo.
Okay.
Alrighty.
1 sec. Let me get there.
Do we ever get a question back from Melissa?
She said it was the numbers for Lindsey Graham and stuff. I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
Tonka. Am I missing something or mistaken? Have you ever addressed or spoken about the Brunson case? Will you? No.
I don't think that we have.
I think we have.
No.
But we can.
But we certainly can.
Yeah. So, Melissa, this is not a super chat, but this is, I think, your...
Yep.
Yeah, there you
Tillis
go.
number,
Yeah,
202-224-6342. Lindsey Graham is 202-224-5972.
There you go.
Yeah, there's no super chat with it, but still good information.
Yep, there it is.
All right.
We will talk about the Brunson case at some point. That's the whole wiretap thing. So.
Here.
All right. Kaylee Baby, even if you file an extent, you still have to pay by the deadline if you owe taxes, or they can charge you penalties. So if you owe $10,000 file an extension, only pay $5,000, they charge penalties on the $5,000 you still owe.
Woo. So here's the thing. Okay. Say you owe 10 grand to the IRS. What if you've only got 10 grand to your name? What makes more sense, to go on a payment plan and yeah, they charge you some interest, but you still live your life and can feed your children? That's what I'm saying, man. People are putting themselves in positions to where their children are suffering because they're so afraid of the IRS and interest rates on these things. I don't know, man. Again, everybody can do what they want to do. I'm just saying, with everything that's going on with the IRS right now, there is not a 3-letter agency that is more unstable right now than the IRS.
And again, all the proof you needed was what happened during COVID. I mean, you were mailing in checks that were sitting in boxes in trucks that they weren't even checking because nobody was there to check them. Nobody was even there. They were dumping your stuff in the trash.
Correct.
And they're still not recovered from it. That's why Trump just did the executive order telling federal workers to go back to work. They've still been working remotely. So the federal government, they don't know which end is up at this point in time. I mean, the bureaucracies like the IRS are a mess, dude. They're a mess.
Yeah.
They
So I'm
got me
just
in a
saying-
mess. I know that. And that's
Hey,
because
man.
they're not there to deal with it.
Well, correct. And then when people do get in a mess, there's a lot of people that got in a mess in 2020 because it was just insanity. You had the PPP stuff. You know, you didn't have to pay taxes for such a long period of time. And now you got people that are in a bad spot because money is not what it was back pre-2020. And like I said, people are trying to get payment plans, but you can't get anybody on the phone. And then you call the IRS agents and they're like, well, my manager has to approve it. They've got 15 business days, but they're behind, right? And so then what happens is the manager waits. You don't hear anything back for 30 days. Then you get a denial notice because after 30 days, what? To that other person's point, interest has accrued. And now you have to redo your payment plan arrangement by an extra 12 cents. And then you go through the same cycle again. And then it waits and it takes this time. And they're a bunch of crooks. Every single one of them are a bunch of crooks across the board.
And I'll go back to the point you made earlier about rendering under Caesar what is Caesar's. Jesus was basically telling his followers, he's like, listen, this coin represents an idolatrous system and they're using it in the temple and all this kind of stuff. And so basically he was saying, listen, take the trash and give it back to the trash. But when the tax collectors came to Jesus and were converted, he commanded them, he said, do not charge the people more than what is needed and what's supposed to be done. What's happening here, and we just pointed it out earlier, what's happening with the IRS, you can't tell me that a 47% tax rate on people is not charging people more. And then you get taxed on every other thing, and including your property and all this kind of stuff. It's an illegal and immoral system.
Yeah, and to be clear, one last time, we are not telling anyone not to file taxes. That's tax evasion. That's a whole different thing. That is not what we're saying. That is not what we're saying at all.
We also are not lawyers, and we are not giving financial advice.
Filing an extension, but then, yes, you do have to file your taxes. 100% do not file your taxes. Do not do that. That is not what we're saying at all. We're just saying make them work for it. That's all we're saying. That's it.
Tony, you're funny, too.
All right, that's the show.
That's all of them.
I think if Tony filed his taxes 1 hour late, his entire family would have a heart attack. That's what I think. I think his entire family would break down and combust internally.
Listen, man, there's nothing wrong with doing what you need to do, and which
and
means
doing it on time.
financially, family-wise, burying the body in the back. I
Hey,
just want to
Tony
make sure
is the only one
I
here
wanna
with
make
a
sure
paid-off
everything-
house.
That's
That I know
true.
of. That I know of. Unless Chad's house is paid off.
Yeah, I bought a house in cash, and it was one of the most expensive things I've ever done in my entire life, and I will never do it again because I had to pay taxes on the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I bought the freaking house with because you have to claim that as income. No, I will never do it again. One of the worst
Well, you know
decisions
what,
I ever
Tony?
made.
I'm proud of you for having a paid off house. I think
yeah.
that's
Royce,
awesome.
thank you, Royce. And I'm not. I honestly, I did it because I had the opportunity to do it, and I was paying all the interest to the bank. So I was like, why not put that money in my pocket instead of paying all the money to the bank? I'll save that money and put it into a Roth or put it into a money market account. So that's what I did, and it's gaining interest for me instead of me paying interest to the bank. Now it's gaining interest for me. So.
One more.
There you go. Chad, as pertaining to the Brunson case, what do you mean by it's the wiretap thing?
Well, there is a wiretap thing in the Brunson case. It's Raylan J. Brunson. You may have been talking about a different Brunson, but the wiretap case 2018-2020 was the Brunson case. So we'll check and see which one you're talking about.
I thought Brunson was an actor.
Not Bronson, Brunson.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's the Mississippi version of Death Wish.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Anyway, love you, miss you, mean it, everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Please
Absolutely.
hit that like button on the way out. And again, 3 of you that hit the thumbs down, your mother doesn't love you.
Graham, We love you, buddy, and we're praying for you. Want to encourage everybody to keep on praying for Graham. He's dealing with a whole lot of stuff, not the least of which is the loss of his grandmother. And, man, we love you, buddy, and I'm glad you're hanging
Good to
out.
see you guys. Glad I got to be on today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Tony.
Hasta mañana, everybody.
All right. Are you good, Todd? Did you get it all out?
Yeah, I'm good. Love you, miss you, mean it.
Did you get it all out?
Royce?
I'll see you guys at 2 o'clock with Chad. Appreciate you guys and see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm on at 2 o'clock, 1 Central. I'm in Austin, Waco, and Granbury, Texas. Live shows this week. Watch chad.com for all the fun stuff is. I love you. God bless you. Graham, send us out of here.
All right. As always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.